All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube, this is Pastor Dow. I'm getting ready to talk about something here very, very painful. Yet it is just a stark reality in the day and hour that we find ourselves in. And mind you, let me throw this in there. Sister Carol and I have been married I think 33 years. But just to be on the safe side, let's just say 30, because I'm just not familiar with all these dates and years and stuff like women are. All right, let's just say that though. And Sister Carol's a good woman. She really truly is. She's a very good woman. But I want to say this with all that said, okay? And you think about this for a second. And think about this. Sister Carol, I'm the type of man that no matter how much money I have made, be it small or great, that is always taking care of my family. And not only just my family, but I try to make sure I live my life in the service of others. But my attitude has always been, from a young man growing up, from the time that we had our first child, is that if we're going to have a child, then you're going to stay at home, especially during, the most vital, important years. You're going to stay at home, and you're going to mother my child. That's right. You're going to mother my child. And you're not going to be out there working on the job, because it's a full-time job being a mother. Matter of fact, it is the highest calling in the universe. The first line teacher, a mother. With that in mind, have you ever noticed that women today literally just don't have any ambition, drive, motivation, or dreams to be a good mother? I mean, think about this. Do you know how many 30 and 40-year-old women that are out here today that have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 children and no man to raise them, simply because they cannot keep their damn mouth shut? Period. You see, there's a new breed of men that's on the horizon, that has been on the horizon, because, people are getting this thing. They're understanding this thing. And would you believe how many men out here are actually paying child support to a child, or let's say to a mother, that is not even their child, simply because at one time they may have had relationships with her and she said it was, and not knowing exactly how that a lot of these women are today. Today, in this time we live in, you have women. You know that there used to be a time in this country, and I'm not talking about no more than maybe 50 years ago, 60 years ago, for sure 70 years ago, there used to be a time in this country that women would not smoke cigarettes. All of them wore dresses, every single one of them. And the majority of them always had head coverings on their head. Man, have we changed. And, it's just a fact that today's man is literally emasculated, castrated, ostracized, demoralized by the mouth of a woman. As a matter of fact, most men can't even function in their role as a man, because the woman is too busy trying to control every single aspect of life. And I would tell you men this, that number one, you're nothing but a bunch of cowards if you allow your wife to rule you, because the bottom line is you are the head and you are the authority. And you might as well just go ahead and accept the fact that a lot of you women out there, you will never, ever, ever find a good man because you don't know how to be a good woman. You don't know how to be a good wife, and you don't know how to be a good mother. And that's just the truth. Over and over and over again. I just dealt with a situation the other day. And, of course, she got mad at me. Mind you, she came to me. She talked to me. She wanted solutions and answers to her problem. And I'm sorry, I don't have a magic crystal ball to say hocus pocus and make everything all right for you in your life. You made choices, you made decisions, and you just got to live with it. And it's just a sad situation. She's upset because the 3 different men that her 5 children has come by, none of them pay any child support. What am I supposed to do? And she's asking me what I'm supposed to do. Well, first of all, number one, I can tell you what you should have done. But since you can't go back and undo the things that have already been done, then guess what you got to do? You just got to be the woman that a lot of mothers have been in this country. You're going to be content to be by yourself, because there's not too many men out here that I know of, if any, that wants to allow you to be their wife with 5 children from 3 different men. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. And the bottom line, women, if you don't look good, meaning that you are not shaped proportionally, if you don't have an attractive face, you can forget about it. In this generation, you definitely can forget about it. There's no man that is going to take you on. There'll be a few men that'll be willing to cover you and to take you on, provided that they could see that you have some type of self-care and worth for yourself. Because you asking a tall order of a man to be able to take on you and your children who are not his, to provide you with a home and a roof over your head. See, nowadays, because of the environment we're living in now, everybody's stacking up. You have people who have to humble themselves and go back to their parents' home. And the parents, many of them, you wouldn't believe the stories I hear on a weekly basis. They're just rejecting their daughters because while they are grandparents, they are not about to open up their home to a daughter that has went out and had 4 children from 2 or 3 different men, and then bring them into the house and then feed and clothe them, because they've already had their time of raising children. And of course, you got a bunch of deadbeat men today. And that's true. Just like you got a bunch of sorry Jezebel, loudmouth, deadbeat women today. And I don't know too many women that is even thinking about holiness whatsoever at all. You know, when you look at the job environment in this world today, you women better be very, very careful. Very careful. I've had a few women, even in ministry, leave some good, solid men to go back to what? To go back to whoredoms. To go back to the world. All you got to do is go look at their Facebook. They flaunt, they tell you exactly what they're doing. Now, I don't have time for Facebook. People send me messages showing them what they do. I just send it on to the elders and say, look at this. You remember the testimony of this one? Look at them now. And you know what? What's disturbing to me is the lack of shame today. You know, there used to be a time when people had shame, when they were literally ashamed of themselves for doing certain things, much less to publicly broadcast to the whole entire world on social media network what they're doing. But you know what I'm noticing today? There's literally no shame for sin, iniquity, transgression. You're dealing with a reprobate mind. You're dealing with a very dangerous person who wants to air out all their dirty laundry and put out all the so-called skeletons in their closet just in order to injure someone else and to influence evilly the minds of other people, allegedly based on what these people have so-called done. How can you trust the word of someone when you look at their lifestyle, if you look at their lifestyle, and see that their lifestyle doesn't even line up with them being a woman of truth, a person of morality, a person of conviction, a woman that is actually know how to keep her mouth shut and to be a good mother and a good wife to a husband. These women today are loud, obnoxious, overbearing, rude. Because then I'll immediately get to women. Well, what about all the husband? Whatever. But notice, see, most of you don't follow the ministry, so you don't know all the good things I have to say only about good women. We have a lot of modest women. And there's a lot of strength in them. A lot of strength in them. Beautiful. You know, I venture to say that the women that I know of in the ministry of Straightway are some of the holiest women that there are. And some of them, that while they're working on being holy, they ain't there yet. No, they have the dress down, but their attitude is foul. Their spirit is foul. Oh, and many of them know how to look the part behind the scenes. And they know how to look the part, behind the scenes, behind this camera. But they know how to look the part even when they're in front of the camera and everybody else. But at home, they're raging bulls. Let me tell you men something. If you don't never put your foot down in your house, not only are you a man, you don't even deserve to even be breathing the air of oxygen in his life right here. It's a sad, sad thing when a man today has been castrated and emasculated all because of a woman that won't shut up. Let me tell you something. You see, I'm this type of man right here. There ain't no woman. Now, they may try it. And they may do it right there, but they ain't getting away with it. There ain't no woman gonna come up in front of my face, blasting their mouth, giving me their damn opinion and attitude and stuff about something, especially if I'm not talking to them. Because I very rarely, in the public venue, I very rarely talk to the women. I mostly address men. When I talk, I address men. I talk to men. But if a woman, if I'm gonna greet, I'll greet you kind and cordial and nice, but we ain't gonna sit there and carry on no conversation and carry on words. No. Especially if I don't know you. Now, if I'm your pastor, it's a different story. Then I'll spend time speaking with you, counseling you, and helping you. But I'm not about to sit up there and trade words with a woman. And you're not going to sit there in my face and contend with me over truth when I look at you and see that you are lacking greatly in intelligence, you're lacking greatly in submission, and you're lacking greatly in learn how to keep your mouth shut. And most of you women today, you need to learn how to stay your tongue. Because the truth is, there is not too many men left today. You got a bunch of weak, sorry, Casper milquetoast, spineless cockroach, emasculated men that they will just simply put up with you because they're defeated. They have no fight in them because they ain't fighters in the first place. But many of you women, even if you do have a man, you know that you have a shell of a man. You know he's sorry and he ain't even a man because you've done a damn good job at making sure he stayed tore down. I can't understand why a man would sit up there and run behind a skirt and stuff all because he's looking for love in all the wrong places, wants some attention and stuff. No, I can't see it. I can tell you right now, a woman, when she meets me, she know where her place is real quick, fast, in a hurry. I'm not going to dishonor her. I'm not going to disrespect her in any way, shape, fashion, or form. But let her step outside of her place in front of me. I don't care what public venue we're in. I don't care where we at. Talk to me the way you talk to your husband or the way you talk to somebody else out there in the world, and you're going to finally see what a man is all about. Because I will put you in your place. And it will be ugly when I put you in your place too. And you ain't going to allow to talk me and get by with it either. I promise you that. And I'm telling you, see, this is the problem today, is that men don't even know how to be men no more. But I tell you what, to our beautiful daughters of Zion in the Straightway Truth Ministry, I commend you for your righteousness, your holiness, and your truth. You're some of the most beautiful people. Some of the most beautiful women I have ever had the privilege to meet on this side of glory. And Pastor loves you all very dearly. Y'all continue to be a beacon of light in the midst of this wicked, Jezebelic, sorry generation right here. I know I'm going to make some people mad on this one, but it doesn't matter anyway, does it? Since I'm not paying your bills and you're not paying mine, since you don't listen to me really, and I don't listen to you, it really doesn't matter, does it? It only matters to those who know the truth. But if you're a man and you let your wife rule the house, Man, I tell you what, you sorry. You're sorry. You, matter of fact, you ain't a man, you just a male. That's all you are.